guys, Al here. Thanks for tuning in again. So today I wanted to show using a refractometer to take Brix level readings. So I have a garlic press. I'll show you. Garlic press here. On the inside of that garlic press, you can see a forage sample. So what I did, and I already did it, so I'm just going to kind of walk you through exactly what I did here. So I haven't found a ton on this, so I'd be real interested if anybody has any better recommendations on how to take use a refractometer to measure Brix levels, which is essentially a measure of sugars or total solids in a liquid form. Basically the sunlight goes through here, and there's a, you probably can't see it in here. I can try to show, where's the camera? No, you won't be able to see it in the camera, unfortunately. But basically there's a little chart in here, and the sunlight reflects through, and depending on the number of total solids in the liquid that you squeeze onto this little flat piece here, the sunlight is reflected and then gives you a reading on that chart inside. That's super layman's terms. I'm far from an expert on it, but essentially that's what it does. So if you put water on here, it's going to read 0. You know, and of course there's a bunch of stuff for, like, if tomato, what's a tomato supposed to score at? You know, good, great, off the charts type of thing, right? And that's where the whole nutrient density concept comes in. Obviously the best is to send it to a lab for a full evaluation, but if you're kind of in the field wanting to do it, well, this is a good route. So what I'm interested in is starting to record at certain times of year, so I'll have to write the date down, of course, because I'm sure there's variability in that. Plus, there's probably variability even in the content, just day by day, right? So basically what I want to do, though, is just try to get a rough estimate as to what is the overall Brix level reading on the refractometer across a cover crop. So what I did here is I went through my garden and I sampled 4 different times different samples. And I had some variability in the readings, most likely results of what part of the gardens I picked from. I tried to go at random, and I tried to include every crop species that's in there. So there's hairy vetch, there's brassicaceae, rye grain, crimson clover, white clover, red clover, some peas. So I found a little bit of everything in there, and I tried to do that on every sample. I had 4 different samples. They were all within, I guess the largest gap would have been like, well, it was probably like 4 points, 4 or 5 points. So it was a little bit more than I would like to see. But as I did it more, the values got closer and closer together. So maybe there was just something that I had done on that first sample. That's why I did 4 and took an average. So all you do is you take that garlic press, so take some forage samples. You can just pick them off with your fingers or cut them off or whatnot. Put them in that garlic press, squeeze it out till you get a couple droplets on this little screen here. Then make sure it's spread evenly. You flip that down so it's totally covered. You have good sunlight, and you look through there and you can get a reading. So that's all I did. It ended up being an average of about 7. So not sure if that's good, bad, or indifferent, but for a cover crop species, it seems to be fairly decent. I'm going to do another video here shortly to do an update on the cover crop, but I did want to share that because I thought folks would find it an interesting way. I am really excited to use this all through gardening season to measure the levels in the fruit and find some of the charts online that show what the relative value should be equated to, right? So is, you know, good tomato relative to a 6 or whatnot, and how that will transpire. So I'm hoping that with all things that I've been doing with my soil, that my nutrient densities or refractometer ratings, you know, again, without sending it to a lab, you're not going to have a full analysis, but at least I'll be able to say, wow, it's very high in nutrient density. And I might even do some side-by-side comparisons to stuff you buy at the grocery store and then compare it to some of the homegrown stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed. I love doing this. I hope you all enjoy following along as much as I enjoy talking and sharing the little bit of knowledge that I have, and I learn more every day. So thanks for tuning in, guys. If you enjoy, please share and subscribe, and get out there and build better soils.